welcome back to another video. And today is day 26, and we are a short 4 days away from this weekend and the turn up of my birthday. So needless to say, I'm excited. I am turning the big 3-0 and just entering a new decade, right? So today's conversation piece, I think that I've kind of talked about it in like little segments and things about who I am, right? But I want to find ways to explore that more. So yeah, let's get into it. Number 26, learn more about my Haitian culture and heritage. And this one, I think that first and foremost, I identify as Haitian-American. I was born and raised in America, but my parents are Haitian-born citizens, right? So even within that scope, I oftentimes says that I grew up in two worlds at the same time, right? I grew up in a very Haitian household and a very Haitian community at home, while still within the world, right? At school and at work, living a very Black or African American life, right? And I feel like that has really kind of melded into who I am and how I see the world in some aspects, right? But also, I am Haitian. Right? When most people ask me, usually when people are be like, what are you? Or where are you from? Oftentimes I know what that means, right? Because of the way that I say words or like how I speak about certain things, they're assuming that I'm not necessarily like Black or African American. And I say, oh, well, I'm Haitian. And I am attached to that very strongly. I love being Haitian. I love our language. I love the food. I love the people. I love the music. I love the dancing. And I love very much of who I am and where I come from, right? And I have been lucky enough that I follow Dr. Bertrude on Instagram and other philosophers and Haitian philosophers that really focus their content around like Haitian culture. And I'm really grateful for that because I have learned a lot through that. But I want to be more intentional about understanding where I come from, right? Understanding, because of course I know that we are the first Black freed republic in the world. I know that we were led by very strong and powerful men and women that led the revolution that changed freedom for most of the Americas, right? I know that my ancestors went to other countries and aided in them freeing themselves, from their colonizers. I know so much of those things, but I know there's so much more that I don't know. And I want to be able to not only know the history, but also know where they come from, right? I know just a beautiful story about like Sujumu and how it became to be, how we created this dish from, us saying that we are free and now we're taking over something that we were never allowed to indulge in. And that is beautiful, right? I would love to know more about that through books, but also through like going to Haiti. I think so much of us, and with the rhetoric that's oftentimes presented, and I know some of it is definitely real and very, safety is a big thing, right? But I think because of the rhetoric that we are the poorest or what other things that they kind of spread, that oftentimes a lot of us don't go back to know where we're from, right? And I want to be able to go back to the land and have my feet touch the soil, to talk to the people, to meet the people, to eat the food, and really be able to not only know the historical context of my culture and my heritage, but also be able to experience those things. That there's so many things, I want to go to La Citadelle, I want to go to Bassin Bleu. I want to go to the other forts. I want to go to other cities in Haiti. My people are from Okap, and I've only been there one time in my life as a child, and I want to be able to experience that as an adult. I went to Port-au-Prince 2017 with two of my really good friends, and we got to see one scope of that, and I want to be able to see the world and see that island, that little island of millions of people so much more from a different lens. I want to go and use my dollars because I'm a traveler, right? I love to travel and I love to experience other cultures, but I want some of my dollars to go back to the people of which I come from, right? I want my tourism dollars to help build the infrastructure and build the tourism of Haiti, because I know that is there, right? Because I mean, to be honest, I remember going back to 2017, and when we went to the resort, let me tell you who was there enjoying Haiti. White folk, okay? They're still flying in, right? They're still enjoying the land that, you know, our peoples are from. I know a lot of Haitian migrants and Haitian and, like, you know, people that have left Haiti that have never been back. It's been 20, 30, 40 years since they've been back to the island. And, you know, when we were going, there was a lot of people that was telling us not to go because of safety and different things like that. And we were fine. And I don't want to say that lightly as if like kidnapping and other things are not happening, but I don't think that it's happening in the scale that we talk about, and also in ways that we can't still find ways to be able to enjoy the island, right? Because yes, and a lot of that stuff oftentimes is happening very concentrated in the South, right? In Port-au-Prince. There's still a very northern, beautiful, and oftentimes peaceful part of the island that people neglect, that there's so much culture there too as well. And I want to be able to not only learn more about Haiti and my heritage and where I come from, right? I want to be able to have conversations with my mother and my aunts and my uncles to hear stories about their experiences and how they were raised and during the times that they were there, for them to also show and share so many things with me. I always tell my mom and my aunties that they're getting older and we're the next generation gonna have to pick up, you know, at some time. You know, they're the ones that cook for the parties and different things like that. And they don't be sharing recipes, right? I want to be able to ensure that my children and my grandchildren are able to taste what Haitian culture is, right? To be able to make all these intricacies that, you know, they're not writing down recipes for us, but I want to be able to be in the kitchen with them and experience those things so I can share. And that's something I'm really passionate about, to really like learn, you know, my Haitian culture and really be able to experience that, not only for myself, but my family and my children, to teach my children Creole, you know, different things like that. Even though people be trying to joke on my accent, I speak Creole fluently for someone that was born in America, and I take pride in that. And I want my children to take pride in that, them knowing Creole and speaking Creole and being able to navigate the world knowing and being proud of who they are and where they come from. So because I am proud of who I am proud of where I come from, and I'm proud of where my parents come from, I want to ensure that I really become enthralled in that culture and understanding the beautiful history, the intricacies of the culture, and become an advocate for it as well. That I, within my generation, wants to be someone that speaks very highly of Haitian culture and Haitian people, and be able to navigate certain things for them. You know, being in health, in public health spaces, that oftentimes I'm the one that used to be able to translate and aid, and I want to continue doing that in different ways. To even go back in Haiti and utilize my skills, my talents, my certifications, and different things like that to serve the people of Haiti. And I'm looking forward to finding ways that I can do that, and also really knowing where I come from and sharing the music, the culture, the food, the language with people around me, because I am good for my American and my white friends to being like, I'm gonna take you to a Haitian restaurant so you know what legume is, right? So you understand like how our food is, that it's not like a lot of West Indies, right? Where, you know, there's like curry or anything. Like we have very much our own special sector of food within the Caribbean. And I wanna be able to find ways to really celebrate that when I can. So yeah, I am Haitian American and I am proud of it. And I wanna continue navigating this world from that scope. So thank you again for joining me back on another video. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, see you in another video.